Hello and howdy, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all doing well and you're ready to start question 22 on the 2008 Pascal paper. Ginger walks at 4 kilometers per hour and runs at 6 kilometers per hour. She saves 3 3/4 minutes by running instead of walking from her home to school. What is the distance in kilometers from her home to her school? So we want to know this distance. It might be a good idea to give this value a name. Okay, we'll give it a variable. We'll call it d for distance. We don't know what it is, but as soon as we get a statement that says d equals 20 or something like that, we're all set. Okay, so name the quantities you don't know. Name the quantities you wish to find. Okay, so distance in kilometers, there we go. Now we have different speeds that she walks and runs at, and the amount of time it would take her to walk or run from school is going to be d divided by that speed. Okay, so for example, her time it takes to, say, run to school is going to be this distance d So d is the distance from home to school, divided by her speed, which in certain cases, it's her running speed of 6 kilometers per hour or her walking speed of 4 kilometers per hour. So her time when she's walking is going to be d divided by 4. So it's d. I'm trying to keep the units in here because they've expressed the difference in minutes, not hours, and this might be important. So the kilometers here cancel, and 1 over h just becomes h, or hours. So d over 4 hours. That's how long it takes her when she's walking. Her time if she's running is d kilometers divided by 6 kilometers per hour, and that's going to be d over 6 hours. Now we are told the difference here, and when she's walking, she's going slower. It's going to take her longer. So we know that d over 4 hours minus d over 6 hours, we can get a fraction here. Get 6d minus 4d all over 24. It's 2d over 24, or 1/12 d. Oops. 1/12 d hours. But we're told that that's 3 3/4 minutes. We've got a mismatch with our units here. So what can we do? Well, we can turn 3 3/4 into hours. 3 3/4 minutes into hours, or we can turn 1/12 d hours into minutes. I'm going to change my minutes into hours. So we'll have 1/12 d, or d over 12 hours, is 3 3/4. How do you change minutes into hours? Well, there are 60 minutes per hour. So we multiply by 60 minutes per 1 hour. And now, we multiply 1 hour per 60 minutes. I had that backwards. How did I know I had that backwards? Because I need minutes here and minutes to cancel out. Otherwise, I'll have minutes squared hours, and that's not an actual unit. So 3 3/4 times 1/60th. I'm going to change 3 3/4 into 15/4 and multiply by 160. Now I know there's 4 15s in a 60. So I'll get 1/4 times 1/4, or 1/16. And now d is going to be, multiply both sides by 12 16ths. And so simplifying, that's 3 out of 4 kilometers, I would say. So is that a possibility? Is 3 out of 4 a possibility? I feel like it... Oh, there it is at the end, E. Now, I'm a little suspicious, just for a second, because look at all these other numbers. They're all above 1. So I could see for a second that perhaps I have made a mistake. I've inverted something that I'm not supposed to. So I'm a little suspicious that it's 3/4 an hour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, all right, not 3/4 of an hour, 3/4 of a kilometer. I'm going to say, all right, how long does it actually take you? If it's 3/4 kilometers, and she's going at 4 kilometers per hour, that's 3/16 hours. Okay, I'm going to convert that into minutes. And so that'll be 180/16 minutes. 3/4 kilometers to school over her running speed. And that's going to be 3/24, or 1/8 of an hour. I'm going to multiply that by 60 minutes over 1 hour. Cancel out the hours, I'll just be left with minutes. So I'll get 60/8 minutes. Now I can simplify these guys a little bit. 180, I divide that by 4. I'll get 45 out of 4 minutes. And 60/8, I can make that 30/4 minutes. And so that'll be a difference of 15/4 minutes. But that's 12 plus 3/4. And that's 3 plus 3/4, or 3 3/4 minutes. Okay, and that is what I wanted. So I'm more confident that E is in fact my answer. I did a little double check because the numbers were making me a little nervous. But there we go. So it's 0.75 kilometers, or 3/4 kilometers, for Ginger to go to school. And that's all there is to it. So we'll answer E, and we'll move on to question number 23. I will see you for that in the next video.